I'm already having some fun out here. I haven't even started thinking about shooting the video. Then I started thinking about shooting the video. I've got a few projects going on, guys. Got some things that I really want to get to. And I got to clean up the bench a little bit. And what's interesting is I always, you get the track, you get the rails, all clean, everything. And then when you wipe it down, and then the first couple runs, it's just like glass. Everything just like glass. I love doing this. All right, give me a minute. Get everything cleaned up. I'm going around the layout using the mini vac as well as vacuuming the slot cars. And what do we got? The Grand National. It didn't come out too bad, guys. I really don't like that orange peel effect that's on it. So just for fun, I've never done this with the Molotov. They say, hey, don't put any clear, top coat on it or anything, because it'll lessen the shine. Fine, I get this. I already know I'm going to strip it down to black again. I already know that. So earlier I got some translucent blue. I'm going to shake it up here in a bit. I'm going to see how the translucent blue does over the Molotov. If it sucks, fine. I'm still going to strip it, but then we'll know how it interacts with the Molotov, because again, they say no top coat, nothing like that. Now, some guys have said this to me. You can use, after the Molotov dries, you can use like a like a furniture wax, like a spray furniture wax, and it puts a nice top coat on it and it doesn't do anything to Molotov. I haven't tried it. I have not tried it, but I've heard guys do that, because with this Molotov, you really don't even want to touch the stuff after you got it on, So it'd be nice if they had a way to seal it in there to where you could touch it better. So let me see what this blue, transparent blue does. I'm still cleaning up, and I was putting the mini vac. I put the mini vac away, and my wife, well, what is that? I said, it's a mini vac. And she said, well, do you think it would work for you? And I said, no, it's only for slot cars. It only works on slot cars. And here's another one of the projects I want to do today. It's a Johnny Lightning. And when did they make these guys? Like in 1999, somewhere around there. And it's chromy. It's chromy. But what's interesting is, and I've done this, we were talking about the transparent blue. Whoever did this, sprayed this, they had a very light touch to it. You can see some of the others, and they're much darker blue, like they went over a few times. Look at the Willies. The Willies almost silver, so you'll find things like that. And this one's just a very light blue. I got to get out of the box there. I know I still got a few more to go, but guys, if anybody wants the boxes and the push chassis, well, I got a couple of them over here already. Let me know. I don't want them. I'm going to throw them away. If nobody raises their hand, they're gone. Just got the, what is that, a vet. Just got the vet out of there. And the reason I chose that one today is because I was talking about these last week, and these are from my guys, Chris and Cindy. And I will show you what they're doing online here in just a sec. Let me tell you a little bit about them. They've got some work into these guys. The bodies all have been painted. The heads all have been painted. Now, if I critique something like this, I go, great job, guys, absolutely great job. If I wanted to give a little bit of advice, I know the Alumilite has dyes you can put in to make the bodies one color, and they have, the similar dyes to where you can mix it and then get whatever flesh tone you want, and then you'd end up just painting the hair. My point being is you would have to make the body and the head into separate molds. If you're willing to do that, the process might go a bunch quicker. But I love what they did as far as the detail and everything. They took their time, they got it done. I ordered 4, they gave me 2 extra. All right, here we are. This is their presence on eBay. Here's the name up top, and I'm gonna refer to them as Chris and Cindy, rather than Kelsey C. RW9EPAVZNH. I don't want to repeat that. So Chris and Cindy, these are guys, pardon me, these are guys that have told me that my videos inspired them to start doing these things. And look what they got here, guys. I'm talking about the Nomads, the 57 Chevys, the reproduction, these surfboards over here, and who hasn't had the Nomad where the bumper falls off? The reproducing for us. But the reason I'm, here they are. The reason I'm spotlighting these guys right now is because they took a lot of time when they make the heads and bodies. They come out white, but then you take a lot of time painting them up, and you got to paint them by hand, probably painstakingly painted by hand. I've done it. It's not the funnest thing to do, but if you're into it, great. And these guys are definitely into it. They make the bodies that don't have the any paint on them. They make the ones that I have, the standard drivers. They have the ones, the smaller ones for like the vet and things like that. And over here, let's see what they got. Yeah, these are for the vibrator replacements. The guy with the hat on and everything like that. And look at the other stuff. Look at this. Look at the reproduction Bel Air windows. The windshield. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's the colors you want. It's the colors you want. So guys, check these guys out. Give them some love. They're on eBay. They've got a ton of stuff here. They've got more stuff even going on. So I can't say enough good about them. I know this is their name up here, but again, I'm going to say Chris and Sydney. All right, very good. That is the scoop on the drivers there. Chris and Cindy on the eBay. They're doing some extraordinary work. They really are. And just when I was filming that a bit ago, I realized these are the standard drivers, but this the vet originally was a vibrator. So I'm going to probably order some more, but get some of the smaller ones. Probably get some of the ones with the guys wearing the hats too. All right, so that is the good news about the drivers. They came in. I'm ready to go ahead and spray this and see if it works or doesn't work. Let me go ahead and shake up the paint some more. I did a little bit. I'm gonna shake it up some more. All right, just got the Grand National on the little stick there that I used to spray paint it. And like I said in the last video, if you're gonna do any spray painting, close your cases, guys, close your cases. All right, let me go ahead and get after it. Okay, I just got it sprayed up. I'm going to set it aside so I don't fuss with it anymore. Just go ahead and, pardon me, let it dry. All right, that is drying. That is drying. So I'm thinking, what, short wheelbase? Got to get a chassis short wheelbase. Need a guide pin, couple of screws. We are looking good. Got a short wheelbase for the chassis. Got a couple of screws, guide pin. This is getting ready to go on the track. And again, I could put one of these bigger drivers here, but I think I'm going to order some more the smaller drivers, and again the ones with the hats. I think those are absolutely wonderful. Boy, I am just a sucker for that chrome cars. They really, to me, just stand out. They really stand out. Let's get it a test. See what we got. Oh, looks nice, doesn't it? Looks nice. Very good. Very good. And again, I'm going to hold off getting a driver that I have over here. Reason being is I want a smaller one. I want one of the smaller drivers, and then that should look just right in there. Looks good on the track, looks going around the track, looks great on the trailer, doesn't it? You got to hand it to the Print Pro guys. That is an exceptional piece right there. I think it came out great, and it runs very, very good. Okay, recently one of my viewers asked, they said, hey Jeff, and they're trying to get into it. They saw one of my videos where I did the airbrush, but they'd like me to explain how to put it together and how to take it apart and all that stuff. What's nice about the tester kit is they give you everything you need, man. They give you everything you need. They give you the airbrush propellant, they give you the gun itself, the tube, just every bit of it is right there for you. Now I know a lot of guys, they have the airbrush pump and the gun that's separate and all that. Fantastic, do it. I just don't do a ton of airbrushing. That's why I got this tester kit. Okay, very good. I got everything out of the box. Got the propellant. They got the hose here. I think it's about a 5 or 6 foot hose. It's kind of long. Kind of long, it really is. They got the bottles there, the tap that goes on the propellant, the gun itself, and I'm not sure why they gave me a pipette. I'm really not sure. I don't know. I haven't used it yet. Now this is interesting. This little bugger, it's like a very stiff guitar string. It's very, very sturdy though, and what it's used for, let me go ahead and get the gun out. You see that little hole on top there? It's used to clean that out after every time you use it, okay? We'll get to that in just a bit. And this little tube here, that goes up into the gun, and it goes into the bottom of the jars that you've got your paint in there. So let me go ahead and show you how I assemble it. First off, I like to get the airbrush, the propellant squared away and started. Now, here's something. With the cap here, do not, if it's all the way tight, it's pushing this little pin down and opening the top there. So you have this bugger loose, not completely off, I'm sorry, but you have it loose when you're putting this on, okay? How do I know that? I've learned from my errors, because now if I twist this down, the propellant will start coming out. I don't want that, so don't do that yet. Do not do that yet. Next, you can hook the hose to it, one end of the hose. Either end of the hose works. I mean, they're identical, so it really doesn't matter. And they do have like a little swivel to it that's hard to get out of the line. It really is. But you'll get the hang of it. Now, the other end of the hose there, the other end of the hose, that's going to go to the gun itself. That'll go right to the gun. And there's only one place to put it, guys. There's only one place to put it, straightforward. And if you need more instructions, they've got a ton of instructions in the box here. They have just an absolute ton of it. So we have the propellant hooked up to the gun via the tube, but we need to have the little, where did it go? That little tube that's going to go in the glass here. There it is. I see it. I can go and grab it. Okay, now that it just sticks in there, and you can see, or I'm sorry, you can kind of, yeah, there it goes. You can feel it fit snug. So when it's down in there, you're ready to get the paint that you want. You're ready to get the paint that you want. You fill up your vial, and then you literally just screw that onto there. And you see how that tube is all the way at the bottom? It's going to suck up just about every bit of paint in there. It really is. It really is. Now, once you've got your paint in there, you're all set. You're all set, so to speak. But you want to get some propellant from the can to the tip here. So now is when you open the can, so to speak, and I'm twisting it all the way down, so that pin's at the top of the can, and you hear it? Now, one thing you might have to do, there's an adjustment on the side here. If you swing this adjustment to the right or left, it will lower or raise that nozzle there, so you can kind of get the spray that you want. If you want a very fine mist, you don't want it too high, and just the opposite's true. If you want it coming on thick, well then you gauge it accordingly. So once you're done with your spray, I like to clean things up right away. I really do. I don't want to hem and haw. I really don't. So the first thing I do is I undo the pressure from the hose there. Okay, let me back that up. Let's say that we still have the paint in the jar there, right? The paint's still in the jar. Well, when we're done, we're going to take that off. We're going to take that off, and then we're going to put some thinner in there, and we're going to shake it around. Then we're going to spray, and it cleans the inside of the tube, cleans the nozzle, things like that. So that's what you want to do before you unhook it from the propellant. Make sure that you've used some paint thinner on the inside of there, and make sure everything's clean. Another thing is when you get done using it, use this little guitar string thing right in the center there, and make sure that hole is perfectly clean. You really want to do that, and make sure that your paint's coming out the way you want it to. So you're done with the paint thinner. Let's go ahead and undo the pressure from the propellant. There you go. Then we can just disassemble it. Disassembling it is just as easy as it is putting it together. It really is. There's that little tube. There we go. And oops, got the gun. That's back in place. Let me go ahead and get the hose off the can here. And again, that tube rolls up really good. Rolls up really good. One thing interesting is when you have the gun put together and everything, it's hard to set it down anywhere. What these guys have done is they've got a hole, a special hole right here in this plastic tray. When the gun's together, this fits in it, and it kind of holds the gun right where you want it. Nice little feature. Nice little feature. So I like that part. So we got that all back, and then after you make sure that's really loose, you know none of the propellant's going to come out, that's when you can start to undo it. That's when you can undo it. All right, guys, that's how you do the airbrush stuff. Again, if you need more instructions on it, the box is filled with it. The box is absolutely filled with it. That's one of the reasons why I like the tester stuff. They talk you through each step. All right, let me go and get rid of that stuff. Just put my airbrush away. So guys, if you're thinking about, do I want to airbrush something? Is it too hard? No, it's straightforward. It's pretty easy. Give it a whirl. But my advice would be chew it on something that you really don't, that it's not going to be your first one isn't going to be a masterpiece. So just do something and have some fun with it. But the airbrush kit from Tester, I love it because it's so easy to clean up. Okay, very good. I also had a request on how do you make a mold of a car, of a slot car. Let me go ahead and stop right there. I'm going to go inside because, guys, I've done molds, so many molds. I want to show you how to search my YouTube page to find what you want. And then if you can't find what you want, let me know. Okay, good. Here is my YouTube page, guys. And if, you've been to people's YouTube page before, but right here, you see right here, the little magnifier. If you want to search there, let's go ahead and search for any of my videos that have the word mold in it. So these are the different ones that show you how to make the molds. I show you to do the mold boxes, things like that. So if you're requesting, hey, listen, Jeff, can you show me how to make a mold of a Batmobile? Any car, really, chances are I probably have already done it, but I'm more than happy to talk you through it again. So if you're wanting a very specific thing, don't hesitate to use the search up here on my YouTube site here. All right, so hey, listen, if you're trying to find something on my website, just use that little magnifier. It'll take you to, hey, is Jeff doing molds? Is he doing reproduction stuff? Is he doing chrome? Anything that's in the title and you search for it, it's going to find it. It's going to find it. So one of the requests I had is, how do you make a replica of a slot car? I've done it a bunch of times, guys, bunch of times. I can talk you through it. One of the best kits I've ever found, if you want to get into it, is a mini casting kit by Alumilite. They give you the two-part compound there to make the rubber mold with. You see the white bottle and then the fatter white bottle? You mix those together, you're going to have a rubber mold. Now you see the other two bottles, the tall clear and then the tall dark brown. When you mix those together, they make like like you see the airplane there and whatnot, and the bodies and the drivers they got. That's what color it's going to come out, and it's going to be hard plastic. You can sand it, you can drill it, you can do whatever you want with it once it's done. So the only thing that they don't give you in here, and I understand why, is the mold box. Let me go ahead and get the drivers out of here real quick. There we go. God, I made a lot of them, didn't I? All right, the mold box. I've seen mold boxes made out of cardboard. I've seen them made out of Tupperware. I use the styrene that I get from Gulf Coast Model Railroading. Reason I like the styrene is I can make it, I think those are like half-inch squares in there. I can make it as big or as small as I want, and I can reuse it. I can reuse it. So once you've got your mold box, and I know this is bigger than the project that we'd be working on. I wouldn't make it much bigger. I wouldn't make it much bigger than whatever you're working on, okay? So the first thing you have to do is you're gonna have to make an inside of a mold of this body, and you have to make an outside mold. You're gonna have to do both. So when you wanna pour the outside mold, you have to fill in the cavity here with clay. And you see that blue clay there? They give you a whole wad of it. So you can certainly fill the inside cavity here with clay. Now, let's go ahead and I'm going to put the camera down here for a second. There we go. Now, I think this is the one, yeah. Nope, that's the windshields. We'll get into that in just a second. Here's the Batmobile. Okay, now when I first had the Batmobile and I wanted to make a reproduction of it, I filled, again, the inside with clay. So when it's all filled with clay, you see how I kind of pushed in here and made sure that the wheel wells and everything was just the way I want it. It's not sitting down there properly. There you go. So you want to push the clay up in there, and you want to make it as nice as possible, because when you have to get that off, the excess flashing from the plastic there, you want it to come off easily. So take your time when you're making that part of the mold. Now imagine the inside of this being all filled up with the clay, and then we put it down in the mold box. When you start pouring the Alumilite over it, the white one there, the fat, and then the skinny one, when you start pouring that rubber compound over it, it'll be down there at the bottom, and you just pour very, very slowly from one corner and just let it cover it. You don't move your pour. You just pour from one corner, and it'll gradually, slowly go in there, seep over everything. And when you're done, you get it out of the mold box, and you'll have a mold like this. You'll have a mold like this. The second step is after this is dry, and some dry very quickly, some dry overnight, that type of thing. So when you have this all done, this first half of the mold, you put the body back on, you put it back into the mold box. I know it doesn't fit, but you put it back in the mold box, and you have to make the top part, or the second part of the mold. You have to do that. But here's the caution. Here's the caution. Here is the caution. Before you pour any more of the rubber compound on that, you have to put a mold release on there. I think I got some. Let me get it for you. I'll show you what it looks like. Very good. I got it. Sorry for the delay there. It's Man, and it's what is it? Easy Release 200. Now it's a spray. It's a spray, and you lightly spray it over this. Why do you do that? Well, if you want to ever get the molds apart, you put mold release there. Now there's a couple of things you can use for mold release. One is go to the store, or order some, get some, but also talc powder works. I've used it. It does work. The baby powder, the talcum powder, it does work. I prefer this because it's a spray. And again, don't saturate, just lightly spray. That's all you need. You don't need to really go over it heavy. Just read the instructions. And that way, when you go to demold it, the molds will come apart. Because I tell you what, guys, if you have this and then pour another mold on it and you don't use any release, sorry, you're done. You're done. It's absolutely done. It's miserable to get them apart. Absolutely miserable. So that's how you go about making the mold. Now the thing is you see the inside there with all the little the rocket launchers and with the heads going, all that. When you're pouring the Alumilite, the plastic part in there, you got to make sure all the bubbles are out. What I would do is I would put like toothpicks in these holes right here. I'd put toothpicks in the holes, and so when I'd pour the Alumilite in, I would take the toothpicks out and make sure it would create like a little vacuum so the Alumilite would go in there. And after I got the proper amount into the mold there, you just press it shut, and I've got some exit holes here. So if there's any extra, it comes bubbling out the top. And in about 3 to 5 minutes, you can undo your mold and then pop out a plastic replica. So that's how you do it, guys. I didn't really want to go ahead and order product just to re-show how I've done it, because I know I've done it on a bunch of different videos, but I hope that gives you a good idea what you can do if you want to start reproducing things. And I showed my son this probably about 3 weeks ago. He was trying to create like a foot furniture he has, but he wanted to create a foot for it, and he was thinking about 3D printing it, but the 3D printing wasn't tough enough material. He used the Alumilite here, and it came out wonderful. It came out really good. So there's endless possibilities what you can do with this stuff, guys, really. And I know I've said it before, but Alumilite, they have the plastic here. This comes out like a tan, but they also have like a white. And they also have dyes. If you want to do like a brown dye or a yellow dye, and you make something bright orange, they've got it. They've got some really cool stuff. So check out the Alumilite.com. I believe that's their website. It's really, really, really great stuff. I don't think I showed you the other mold. That was for the nope. I grabbed the wrong one. Here it is. There you go. That's the Batmobile windshields. Once you've made one and it comes out really good and you duplicate it, you can make a mold to where you can produce, what do you got, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 at a time. I wanted to make that point. So once you get good at it and they're coming out real good, you can make them, a number of pops, as they say, all at one time. Mr. Far putting this stuff away, the molds, guys. I've got so many damn molds I don't use. I don't use any of these. They're for all different kind of slot car stuff. Just got a ton of stuff. Anybody wants them, thinking about them, let me know. I'll make sure I get them to you. Very good. Got the molds put away. This bag over here, I don't know if any of you guys spotted it, but I got for my birthday this year a set from a fellow coworker of mine, and I don't want the track. I really don't want the cars, but there's some I don't know if there. I think I think there's a G Plus and AFX. There might be some magnet traction, maybe a Ford. Yeah, the rolls, is that a 4-gear? Yeah, I think it is. That's upcoming stuff. I'm gonna have to get the stuff out of the package there, figure out what kind of parts I need, get the parts in, and go ahead and refurbish those. I really don't think I want to keep the track. I like the box art, I really do, but I don't think I want to keep the track. You know what? I don't need any AFX track. I know there's an adapter, but the layout I've got right now, I don't need any more track. You know, I've got a couple of odd pieces and things, like if something breaks, but I don't really have any track or need for any more track than I've got right now. So, boy, I like the way that looks. Here's the way the Grand National came out. It was dry enough for me to get off the stick. Not too bad, but you can see, yeah, the kind of orange peel effect that it has, it's still there. And the blue transparent paint dulled the Molotov. It looks like we have silver under there rather than chrome. You know, it just didn't come out chromy like we like, or like I like. So I yet to have put the windshield back in it, get it on the track, and just see what it looks like. But I think coming up, next video, I'm going to take I don't know where I have it right now. I think it's up in the cabin. I'm going to take the easy off and just strip it down to black and see what else we can do with it. I think it looks okay. I'm just okay. It's not to my standard. That's the whole point. I think it looks good. I don't think it looks great. I think it looks good. Again, not up to my standard of what I want. But going around the track, it's not repellent. It's really not repellent. But what's interesting is, since the transparent blue is on the Molotov, it's like we painted it with a silver, because it dulled it. It's like we painted it with a silver and we got the translucent blue through there. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. We got a lot covered. We got a lot of good things coming up. Again, give these guys a shout out if you need the heads, the drivers. You saw what their name was up there. And again, I'm going to go with Chris and Cindy, because they're doing some really good work, guys. And give a shout out to the guys at Print Pro, the trailers. I can't say enough good about them. The campers, those guys are doing a lot of cool stuff. So check them out as well. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Once again, let me know if you need anything. I'll take care of you. See ya.